So if Khamzat Chimaev versus Khabib Nurmagomedov were to happen today, it would easily be the biggest fight in UFC history and would easily be the biggest threat that Khabib has ever faced in his entire mixed martial arts career. And that's because of Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev is 12-0 with 6 KOs and 5 submissions. He's 28 years old and he's 6'2 with a 75-inch reach. And guys, I have to point out that this fight would obviously take place at 170 pounds because, Chimaev would have to shave his beard and cut off his nutsack to make 155 to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov, and we don't want to see Chimaev without a beard. That shit's terrifying. Okay, let's jump right into it. So Khamzat Chimaev, obviously we know he's one of the most dominant fighters in the UFC today right now. He's gone 4 fights out of his 6 UFC fight career without getting punched once, which is just mind-blowing. Khabib has never even pulled off those numbers.
Right now, even I don't want to talk about this shit.
And this guy has it all. He's a full package. He has striking. He has one-punch KO power. We all have seen that fight. He is legit. He has everything. He has a massive welterweight. This guy is a middleweight fighting at welterweight. So if he was fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov, Khabib is basically fighting a middleweight. And he also kills himself to make welterweight. We all saw what happened at UFC 279.
Not that bad.
And Chimaev, he has great ground and pound. He has submission threats. He loves his Darce choke. He has obviously that rear naked choke that every UFC fighter possesses and every Walmart employee possesses. And he has a solid chin. We saw that in the Gilbert Burns fight. His head spun around 5 times when he ate that overhand right. And looking at Khamzat Chimaev in this fight, there are 3 things he possesses that present serious threats to Khabib Nurmagomedov, and one simple thing that would easily lead to him getting smashed. So one thing that Khamzat has that could be a serious game changer in this fight is his takedown defense. And obviously he would want to keep this fight on the feet as he is the better striker than Khabib Nurmagomedov. In my opinion, you guys can comment below if you disagree, but come on guys, there's not much to argue with this. He definitely does have the size advantage though in this fight, and that could definitely play a factor in this fight. And also the one simple thing that Khamzat Chimaev possesses that could be a serious threat to himself would be his inexperience and his cardio. This guy, he's never gone 5 rounds in his entire life, and the one time he faced adversity and real resistance in a fight against Gilbert Burns, he arguably almost lost that fight. And on the other hand, talking about Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's 29-0. He has 8 KOs and 11 submissions. He's 34, 5'10 with a 70-inch reach, and he is the most dominant fighter ever. He is the best grappler ever. He's undefeated. He has insane cardio. He has insane mindset. He's just an insane human being, and he has ridiculous ground and pound. He has submission threats. He is definitely the whole package. His striking isn't the best, but goddamn does he ever make up for his striking with his grappling. By far. So on the other hand, when we're looking at Khabib in this fight, he has also 3 things in his weapon arsenal that he can easily use to dismantle Khamzat Chimaev with. But he also has one major disadvantage that would change his legacy forever if he got caught with it in this fight. So besides the obvious advantage of his grappling, Khabib, his insane forward pressure would, I believe, would be a huge factor in this fight. And also Khabib's experience. This guy, he's fought the best fighters of the world multiple times over. Khamzat's only faced pretty much Gilbert Burns, and he barely beat him, and he got his head spun around 5 times like I said before. But the major disadvantage that Khabib has in this fight is he's smaller than Khamzat Chimaev, but also Khamzat's one-punch KO power over Khabib Nurmagomedov would be a huge factor in this fight. But the thing is, if Khamzat Chimaev, his takedown defense holds up for maybe a round, 2 rounds, you never know, the size difference could also play a factor. He probably has the strength advantage over Khabib in this fight too. It would be very interesting. So let's say it becomes a kickboxing fight and Khamzat Chimaev is standing on the feet with Khabib Nurmagomedov. Who do you guys think would win in a kickboxing fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Khabib Nurmagomedov? Khamzat Chimaev is a better overall striker than Khabib Nurmagomedov. He has better fundamentals. He mixes it up maybe a little better. I would personally choose Khamzat Chimaev in a kickboxing fight. But screw all that. The way this fight plays out, judging from the surface, you'd assume this fight would be a razor thin close fight, right? Come on. Duh. Has to be, no? No, it wouldn't. I think it would be a slaughter fest eventually. The reason is because the first couple rounds, like I just said, might be close. If Chimaev is able to defend Khabib's takedowns, it'd be a very interesting fight. But I think Khabib's grappling, I think Khabib's experience, I think Khabib's cardio, I think Khabib Nurmagomedov in general as a fighter, as a human being, would eventually gas out Khamzat Chimaev. He would mix it up as usual, put the forward pressure on Khamzat Chimaev, and I think he would finish Khamzat Chimaev eventually on the ground. I think he would submit him. I would assume rear naked choke. That's what I put my money on, and that's exactly how I see Islam Makhachev finishing Charles Oliveira. And to find out exactly how that's going to play out, click this video right here and find out for yourself. Love you all. Take care.